Had a call come in. So let's get to this. You know that you've heard over and over again that you can think things into existence. And I'm willing to bet if you were born, you're Gen X, you've seen a lot of spiritual things come into existence that you spoke out your mouth and then it kind of shocked you with appearing. Right? So that has happened to you quite a bit in life. Let's talk about this transformation of our energy and also understanding how we grab our energy back to ourselves, because that is what we all came here for. We did not. That's why everybody who's in Gen X that wants to leave a job is thinking about leaving a job, because all of us came here to leave jobs. For those of us that are open to that. A lot of us took this journey down here on to this amazing place to work with energy and see how we can stretch it and make and see it happen for us, make things happen for us, right? To understand that we are just going to call things to ourselves and we can taste pizza. We're going to call things to ourselves because pizza is just one of them things. That freaking sauce with that crust, with that amazing cheese. I ain't talking about toppings right now. Just the basic cheese pizza, okay? That is something that you can taste. You can taste a burger, or you can taste. I'm not going to, because I don't think we came here to restrain ourselves through other things. But I think that we came here to experience much more of this planet and still enjoy all the new things that are coming down the pike as far as the way foods are prepared, how fattening they could be, and how tasty and delicious they could be, real satisfying, and still go out into the world and use all of our energy for ourselves. Okay? So let's talk about this. Part of this transformation that we came here for as Gen X was literally to let go of jobs. And I know that is like, girl, you crazy. I ain't walking away from a new job without a new job. And I told you, man, I'm looking at my people, right? And even people that don't look like me, they all think that way. I'm not going away from a job without a job. But I'm going to tell you right now, staying plugged into that system keeps you very stuck. And with everything that's happening right now, I know a lot of you are willing to, are looking like, I got to get ready to take a chance on myself because what's going on here, right? Right? Okay. Now, let's get into why that is going to transform your life. Number one, stepping out on that type of energy is big stuff. It's not little. It's not little. And don't come back here and talk about, oh, bathing in herbs, Mira told me to quit my job. No, I didn't. Do what you want. Stay there. Right? But I can calmly tell you that there is an energy that is so loving and so giving and still a part of everyone's life, no matter what the decision is, that you will be fine no matter what you do. So if you decide that staying at the job is what you are going to do to ride this out as Gen X, and that's what makes you feel comfortable, then that is what you do. But I want you to look at all the things that come with that. And it depends on what the job is, where you're at, travel, everything. Look at everything that comes with that, because now we're getting ready to talk about the next part of this. This is why this is geared towards women. Perimenopause and menopause. Right? Your patience, you have none. You go to work and you don't like most people. You may be the most smiling and cheerful person, but your real truth is that you know how you're feeling. And you know that you are dealing or grappling with a whole bunch of things and going to the doctors and you're not getting answers. And there's a whole community now out here that's easy to tap into via social media that's going to tell you, girl, you got Perry, Perry done come, your last name is Perry now. Matter of fact, just call yourself Perry girl. Perry, whatever your name is. If your name is Linda, Perry Linda, or Linda Perry. If your name is Leah or Leah Perry. If your name is Amira, it's Perry Amira or Amira Perry. Your name has a new suffix or prefix. or maybe both. Because your life is changing. You itching like crazy, and you sitting at a desk at a job and don't feel like it. Or you're in a meeting with a VP and it's extremely important. And now you've got that unnecessary, unexplainable itch that the therapy that the doctor gave you didn't quite help with. And you're dealing with that. Thank God that you can work from home because you can shut your... Oh, can you? You can shut your camera off and scratch and listen to everybody. But they're all trying to go back to the office. They're all going back to the office. In fact, a lot of them are back in the office. So now you are back at having a back scratcher at your job, in your car, trying to figure it out. That's just the scratching. Let's talk about ears itching. Can't necessarily get in there and scratch. That ain't easy. Right? And you're at the office. Let's talk about a super long moon, we'll call it, 1 month, and you just keep having to go to the bathroom because you're bleeding like a water hose. Okay? That's what's going on. You did not picture your life like this. You didn't necessarily really picture it, but you didn't know that this was coming for you. And now it's here. Now it's here. You came out the house today. You got most things done. You just forgot one of the key things. I don't know. Deodorant, your teeth being brushed. Makeup on the other side of your face. I don't know. We know that as women, with perimenopause, it is a struggle. And then for those of us that all of a sudden can't keep our eyes open after, I would say, like you're at the job, it's 1 o'clock and you want to be sleeping. You want to be knocked out because for real, nobody knows you went to bed. You were in the bed and looking at the wall, and the wall looked at you till 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock this morning. You just got up and took your shower, and now you are at your desk with your head nodding, going, what the heck? It's not enough coffee in the day. Not enough energy drinks for me. No, because I can take this and I go right, I'm dozing at this desk. Or you hear a rapping on the computer because someone's waking you up and it was a face-to-face one-on-one meeting and you kind of dozed. Right? Okay. So you started thinking maybe it's just time for my life to change. I'd rather be home gardening. I'd rather be traveling the world. And then you immediately go, but I'm not rich. And, I'm not trying to do that. And I'm not trying to work myself into the ground either. I might as well just stay here, get this money and do what I'm going to do. That is what's primarily, a lot of people are just there. Like, I can't leave. I can't leave. And it's not, I can't leave because, not only because I need the money, but because I don't have time, the mental acuity right now to build myself to the point where I'm building a brand new business. And maybe I'm just too old for this. Maybe I just should not be trying to do this. No, you know what? I'm not going to upset my family like that. And I'm just going to sit with this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Gen X women, y'all know what I'm talking about. You're dealing with this at work. Coffee's not working anymore. There's not enough water in the world. There's not enough hyaluronic acid for your skin in the morning. There's not enough exfoliation. Some days it's just like, you know what, PTO is a thing, and I'm going to take off. But you wish that when you get up and go the next day, or the next, because maybe you took another day of PTO, when you finally do go back to the office, you're like, something's got to change. But you don't know what's going to change. So what's going to change is you, ultimately. And the way to really change yourself, I keep coming here to this channel telling you to look into your astrology chart. I know, but this is a woo-woo channel, so open yourself straight up. You have to look into your astrology chart. You have to. There's no way around it. You have to look at it because there's so much there. That's number one. Number two, you got to find a way to understand your power. And your power right now is an understanding that you are a co-creator of your life. That is why we are all here. We are not here to continue to keep things going the same. That's why things kept changing from before. We got the planes from horse and buggy, cars, you know what I mean? Computers, huge computers with the butt on the back of it, the screen with the butt on the back of it, and the screen was with the neon green and the blinking cursor, all the way to us carrying computers, wearing them on our wrist. I'm talking to you on a computer, just walking around with computers, just being able to communicate with anyone when you're ready. Things have changed. This is a change that's coming in, and I'm part of this group of people that's going to tell you, listen, you have to understand that when you fly, you will have the wind beneath your wings to take you where you're going. That's not an easy thing to do, but it is possible for those that do it. I decided that there was no amount of savings that was going to save me from the stress that I was under when I left my job. I was like, I'm out. Because you know what? If I drop dead outside by this car, they will have me replaced in 30 minutes. But my family would suffer big time. It was time for me to go and find another way. My family did not suffer, and I left. And one of the first things that happened to me when I left was sleep just took over. It's like my circadian clock was completely gone. It was obliterated. I was working from home because it was the first thing that we were doing when the quarantine hit. And I just kept keeping all kinds of strange hours, trying to get deadlines done and all this kind of stuff. And just being stressed out by the entire process, and was like, you know what, this is done. And I had already kind of set some time for myself, like when I was going to go, but I didn't do it. And I remember going, the whole world is like shutting down for me to get the message of, is this the time for you to go? And I was like, is it? Is that what I'm looking at right now? What is happening? That's what was happening, but I didn't hear it. I was not awakening. Okay, and mind you, I'm a very spiritually awake person. Extremely. But that sign, I'm telling you, sometimes I think it's supposed to be like, I'm going to shake this entire sky, because Amira is just over there in her own world chilling. Yeah, I really am. And that's what we're all down here doing, aren't we? In our own world chilling. Source, isn't that what we're doing? And Source is cracking up going, yeah, but you really get stuck in there. You don't be taking the signs that quickly until you're on that path of paying attention to everything, right? And so when I decided to walk away, like I said, the first thing I did, I was sleeping. I had to adjust my rest issue. It was major. It's like I got a new process that said research until you can't research anymore, which always seemed to end around 5 or 6 in the morning. And then I would pass out and wake up in the afternoon, close to 5 o'clock. And I'm a grandmother, so I wasn't in the position of having to full-time take care of anyone like that, but was when it came to breadwinning and household things, because it's communal living at that time. And so one of the things that I will say to you about this entire process is going to be a stripping process. Like, you're going to lose some things. I don't know what. Every person is different. And I think the loss of anything, the change of anything is what keeps everyone from this process. And it's what keeps everyone in literal slavery. Okay? When you think about the fact that you work to buy a home that you are always going to pay taxes on in this country. It depends on where you are in the world. You're going to always pay something until you own something. But even once you own it here, you're going to always pay something. It's the same thing when it comes to business that's doing well. You're going to pay for that. There are a lot of things that you're just going to pay to exist. You're literally going to be like, they flipped that process on us because we're supposed to exist and be paid. They done flipped the whole process on us and we think, oh, we have to pay to be. And I want you to think about that. You have to pay to be. Transform that entire process. Because your energy is what you're trading back and forth with all these other things. It's literally your energy. And when you begin to understand that your energy and what you push and pull back and forth into the world is what is paying you, you begin to see things differently. Okay, real quick. A book that I think everyone should read is called You Are Source. It's by, I don't forgot this man's name. All I can hear is Mark, not Mark. I will put the link in my description area so that everyone has the name of this book. But the name of the book is called You Are Source. Mark Naie, something like that. Everyone needs to read that book. You are Gen X, you need to read that book. Because he's in our area. I think he might be a little older than most of us, to be honest. I think he's older than that. But he's been tapped in for some time. And for those of you that this video is supposed to reach, this video is going to reach you. Okay? Again, I'm doing a video. This is not a live. And I'm putting this up on YouTube. And I will not put anything special in this other than this is about transforming your life. Once you begin to realize that you are source, so we are changing this over now. I went from not sleeping, working crazy hours at home, stress, to sleeping all the daggone time and going on a journey that was for me. Okay? There's a whole lot more detail to it, but ultimately, I knew when I decided to leave my job that there was something bigger in this world for me. There was no question about that. I knew that this is a big place and the energy is amazing. And that, I mean, by the time I left my job, I had been walking around on campus talking to the trees and the bushes. Okay? And they knew when I was coming. Because I would be coming down a walkway that had completely brand new stuff on it, shrubs, everything. And they'd be just as stoic and standing and chill. And as soon as my foot hit the walkway, they start shaking and wrestling. And I would say hi to everyone as I was walking by, coming in the morning and going back at night. I would speak to all of this, the shrubbery, the plants, the beautiful flowers, the trees. And it was amazing energy out there. So at this point, I mean, I'm way beyond this, and this is way before TikTok is coming up with the people. Oh, I talked to the tree and it did this for me. Like, man, we way past that. Okay? Talk to all your trees. Okay? On the block, speak to the shrubberies and bushes. Talk to your plants if you have them. This is Peace Lily right here. Yeah. We just got her. And the peace lilies can be a little dramatic. But as long as you take good care of them, they're good. But let's get back to this. My whole point is that at that time, I was already experimenting with energy. I understood that they were so, that if I changed my password on something and I wanted to manifest something very seriously, a password change would do it for me. But now we are getting to, I decide to jump because I'm just like, I can do this. I can do this. I can figure this out. This is not something that's beyond me. And quite truthfully, it is not beyond any of us. It's right here for us. I'm telling you again, read the book. You are a source, please. Read the book. Read the book. You will begin to understand that as spiritual people, as people who are tapped in, that you have a big part of you that you're not tapping into. And the little part of you that is the negativity that everybody's always trying to eschew, you will never get rid of it. Never. But you have to be able to say to it, you don't count, move over. Like, that's not even real. It's one of the things that Abraham puts in a way that I think is extremely confusing. I think most spiritual gurus do this. They say, if you just understand that there is so much love here for you. And it's just like, again, we're separated from this process. But if you begin to realize when those negative thoughts start to hit your mind, you're creating them. Or you're dwelling on them. Because this is a base of BS down here. Straight up. But it's because of the thoughts. It's not because of what's right in front of us. The beautiful foliage of trees and bushes and grass and flowers and shrubbery and plants in your home and people and fabrics. Like, just, you know what I mean? Just continue going. The beautifulness of a brand new crisp snow in the morning and nothing has touched it yet, and you're seeing it out your window for the first time that morning. Like like you may be looking on the street outside your window and no car has driven through a thing yet. Also the connection between you and your pets. There's just so much stuff that's abundant that we take for granted. But if you begin to bring it in and not take it for granted, you begin to understand this is a moving part of this process. A powerful part of this entire process is to be able to get up and talk to a plant. To be able to get up and say hello to the trees. You can come up with mantras that can chill you out. Like any kind of mantra, like, purple flowers, white flowers happen to be one of my favorite ones. But I've since changed so much then. But I'll give you a real quick story about that. Purple flowers, white flowers is something that I would just hum over and over again to myself. Go look it up and, see purple flowers, white flowers all over the place. And just be like, I had a little song and everything that went with it. Very creative, because I just thought those flowers were just very pretty. And especially when they're put together or if they're in one plant, it is just a gorgeous thing. And so I was living in one area and I was preparing to move to another that I really didn't know much about, but I knew I was going there. And I was just walking around saying purple flowers, white flowers, okay, all the time. And when I moved to the place that I moved to, there were no more flowers out. It was summer. Matter of fact, it was the end of spring, getting ready to be summer in a matter of weeks. In a matter of 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks, okay? So when I come here, everything is completely green. I see no colors. Not until the following year do I realize that there's a big, beautiful tree in front of my home that before it turns green, it lets out all white flowers. And I have purple flowers in the grass. I never saw any of this before I got here, and it was here. It was like this beautiful synchronicity. These things are the equivalent of many different spokes of a wheel that make everything go. When you take yourself outside of that spiritual wheel, you are left with what is the program that everyone is in today. I have to get this job. I have to go work for these people. But when you take yourself away from that and into the abundant phase that is life, which is foliage, which is food, which is people, which is a collective thought process, which is telepathic conversations that are happening, which is being a visionary and someone that share these thoughts with people, you now are stepping into a world of revolution and resolution. You're revolting against the program and you're resolving for there to be an attraction of abundance and a magnetic formula that continues to bring abundance to you. There are so many speakers out there right now, authors out there right now, YouTube channels out there right now that are speaking on this process. But this is, I think, probably the last place where everybody has not gone because they don't want to get there yet. You cannot tell people to quit jobs. And again, I'm not telling anyone to do that. Be clear. Your income is your business and you must make sure you're good. Okay? The place that I've gotten to with this is totally different than most people. Okay? And when I say that, does that mean it comes with no struggle? No. But does it come with an answer for everything? Okay, what I want to say, I'm not going to say, but I'm going to tell you, yeah. Okay? The answers come in. You have to follow the yellow brick road. Get your breadcrumbs. This is a Hansel and Gretel situation. Get yourself, ease on down the road. Okay? It's time to get to what is yours. And not decide that because you've gotten older, you cannot live your dreams. And I want you to expand beyond creating another job for yourself. Maybe you just want a lifestyle that allows you to travel, barbecue, host, go hang out and chill, get up and go do what you want to do for the day, and you're good. Start thinking along those lines. This is, if the thought is in you, that means it's there. As soon as you go, nah, but I have to, that's on you. There's so much technology out here that is essentially available to you because you are human. Because you think. You have to push the stinking thinking to the side, but it's not a hard thing. It's not, oh my God, I can't think like that. It is, man, whatever. That's that negativity back again. I ain't got time for that because that's not real. The truth is that I'm loved at such a high level. Or I am loved at the highest level. I can create whatever I want. You don't have to put so many things in front of you in order to do things. Now, as a woo-woo girl, I like a good ritual. But I have come to realize that is for me. That is something I love to do. But I'm not stuck there. Because being stuck there can you know, it can turn into a scam alert. You understand what I'm saying? It can turn into, like, I'm at the point where right now I'm not offering certain services or anything any longer. And not many people know that, but I'm in the process of just pulling back. Because everybody just needs to know the information. Know the information. The information is important because once you have the information, will you exude the energy so that you can get and attract to yourself what you want. Okay? So I will talk about that attraction part of it. However, the biggest part of this to understand as a Gen X is that life is not what you thought it was. It's not what we were programmed. And you have experienced many instances where spirit has come in and shown you numerous times trying to wake you up. Like, boom, boom, boom. Girl, wake up. Wake up. And do this work. You got this. You can do this. You can do this again. You can call this to you again. Okay? There are so many different terms. There are so many different ways of doing this. And a lot of people are stuck on the idea that you can't do that, and they feel that it's living in a fantasy world. And quite frankly, It really is. But the fantasy world that you tend to live in is one where a lot of nightmares are happening. Because you're going to live in a world that you're creating in your mind no matter what. And most of the time, we're creating BS. And you just got to be like, as soon as you see them thoughts, man, that ain't happening. Get out of here with all of that. I'm loved at such a high level. Boom. This is what's happening. And just leave it. And not even go about trying to figure out how to do it. That's not for you to do. What is for you to do is to get outside and use your energy. Okay? Use it. If you don't get outside, do something inside. Go outside, let the sun kiss you. You know, hang out with the would-bees. You know, hang out, go to the park, go to a river, okay? Do something amazing for yourself. It's extremely important, okay? It's important that you use your energy for things that make you happy. You have to find out what that is. Like for me of recent, it was a nail appointment. I wouldn't have put that on no list a few years ago, but it is today. It was this past weekend, and it still feels good right now. Okay? I'm just telling you, I'm sorry, Peace Lily done got completely out the picture. There she go. I'm just telling you, oh, this is bending down. Okay. Peace Lily's still there. I'm telling you, you have to transform your life. And the way to transform your life or change your life, and this is radical change, you have to begin to go. Please read that book, You Are Source. Read the book. It's very easy. You can get it online and download it to Kindle. I think I have it on Kindle. I'm pretty certain I have it on Kindle. It's very good. It was so good. I was sad when I stopped reading. It was good. And it was what I was looking for. I'm going to say to you again, please note, I dropped a crystal moonstone. It's a brown moonstone. Okay. Amethyst right there. Okay. Transform your life. Change your life around. Begin to realize you are greater than what you recognize. And stop taking orders and understand that you are what's helping keep the negativity, this weird world that we're living in, alive. Gen X is on the entire planet. So we got to get this message out there, people. Please share this. Share it. Share it. Again, I'm not telling you to leave your job. Not everybody goes where as they say, angels fear to tread. Not everybody else is going to do that. But some people will ask for their help and say, can we figure this out? Right? I'm literally telling you, read the book. That's what I'm telling you to do. And then begin to hear me when I say to you, you're stronger and bigger than what you understand, and that you can really change your life. Okay? And again, I'm going to say this again. I'll never be blue in the face. I don't have blue under nothing. Okay? But I'm going to say this to you. Get your astrology chart. You need your astrology chart. You need it. Even if you got to guess at your birth time, you can do it. Because there were certain rising signs on that day. Find out the one that hits for you. It's simple. It's really simple. And that's something that I would sit down just, easily. Just what rising signs were in the sky at what time. And which one is your personality. You've been exhibiting it all of your life. And you're aware of it. But you won't be until you decide to look at it. And then once you give it attention, it's going to look back at you and be like, hi. And you're like, that's me. That's me. And I say this because if you don't have a birth certificate, if your parents, if the city and state is no longer recording the time, like right now they're in the process of trying to undo all that stuff because they don't want us to know so much, you can still figure this stuff out for yourself in other ways. Okay? And then also realize, at a certain point, you'll realize that you don't finally really need anything from that. But I'm going to give this as my parting thing. We came here to do the jig on the planet. Again, as I said in the beginning of this video, we came here for air conditioning. Okay? Central air at that. That's what we came here for that. We came here to be able to eat well, eat a lot of food, and we came here to travel. We came here to enjoy the juiciness that is this planet right now. And there's so many other things that are juicy. You determine what those are for you, that you're grateful for, that you've experienced and will continue to experience should you so decide. My whole point is, we came here to actually be humans. The technology that we have to be able to do it at a higher level is something that begins to, we get attention to it as we run across a video like this one today. Or as we have deja vu moments, or we have premonitions, or we have dreams ahead of time, visions, you name it. You're starting to get wakened. And at that time, once you are awakened and you realize, oh, wait a minute, life is very spiritual. It's at that time that you need to step directly into understanding, and so are you. You are extremely spiritual, and you are source. Move forward with that. It doesn't matter what things you've known about yourself ahead of time. They go right in with this. Okay? Everybody have a beautiful day. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. But please share this video widely because people need to. This is for the Gen X. You can look like me or not look like me, but it's going to be for women. Okay? Because we're having this perimenopausal, menopausal issue. And feeling like life left us. In some cases, feeling like, dang, everybody else is getting off and getting ready to do this new stuff. This new stuff is out here happening. How can I jump into it? A lot of you are also moving forward and feeling like I can jump into it. But for those that feel like, dang, I really want to live my life. I wanted to do something slightly different here. You can do it. And feel good about it. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.